Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined by the man that told Batman to fuck himself. It's Mikey Jubal, V3. Hello, Mikey.
I'm not talking to you now.
Fuck Batman, Mikey.
Do you know what I liked? Watching reactions to that trailer from people who were just like, I hate everything about this. And it was like, oh, Starfire, I hate her. And people are saying she represents people of a black background. No one's complaining that she's black.
No.
No, there's everything else. Why is she wearing a fur coat? Why does she look like a 1980s stripper from an Eddie Murphy movie?
Yeah, like legit stripper costume.
Oh my! Like, I want to talk about this like at the end if we've got time, just like what SDCC stuff might have been interesting. But I'm just going to spoil anything because I'm going to talk about it. My God, the Titans trailer was fucking terrible.
It was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Oh my God.
I hear the only way you could save Robin is if that's Jason Todd, and I go,
No,
I don't want Jason Todd.
Jason's in it.
Is he?
Jason's in it as a different, like he's a different actor has been hired to play Jason.
So is this Tim or
That is Dick.
No, it's not.
That is Nightwing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Also,
No.
Donna Troy's going to be in it. So I can't wait for her 15 origin stories.
Yeah, which one do you pick? Jesus.
Today, Donna will be... Bing!
Was that her in the microwave getting done? Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was a like. I remember seeing the on photo sets of like Raven, Beast Boy, and Starfire in the costumes. And it looked like trash. All of them looked like trash. Unfortunately, poor actors. I feel bad for them. And people thought, you know what?
Yeah.
In post, they'll fix it with color correction and with effects just to add the cool factor to the... No,
Beast Boy is very pale.
Still looks trash.
He
still
is very pale.
Yeah, I heard it described as three people dressed as cosplayers, and I was like, yeah, the best thing about
OC cosplayers.
Yes, the best thing about the show from the trailer is the Robin costume's really cool.
Yeah, I like that. It's a nice update. Wasn't so sure about seeing it in a scene where he's murdering several people.
No, that's a tiny bit disconcerting.
And then says, fuck Batman. And then people are saying like, oh, I like the dark. Like, oh,
No.
Robin kill people. I like the dark. Here's the thing. You can do dark. You can do serious. Don't have fucking Dick Grayson murder people.
It was
Kind
one
of like
it was
how
one,
you don't have Starfire have sex with literally everything that moves. We all complained about that in the comics when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know,
Here's the thing. The dark was one of the thing that was one of the really bad points about New 52.
Oh yeah, Raven looked terrible, by the way. Raven looked atrocious. How do you fuck up Raven?
She looked like out of all of them, she
It's
looked
like if the Runaways trailer was done by Frank Miller.
She was the least offensive.
Yes, but that
Not
scream
good,
at the end with the special effects.
Oh yeah, that is a student film right there.
That's
a student
like
film.
This was like tonally, it was the Runaway trailer with none of the positive, all of the negative, and then Frank Miller came in and said, "I'm the goddamn fucking Batman."
I hear the DC Comics are sliding back to trying to be dark with Dan DiDio, trying to slide it back to the New 52 style. And I hear people are like, don't do that. We're enjoying the characters being nice and cheerful, as the DC guys probably should be.
I think the writers are probably saying, "I'm kind of enjoying it," and you just see Dan in the background. Hey guys,
Must be dark.
you know that thing everyone was excited about in Batman for 40 issues.
You know what we should do, Mikey? We should get Dr. Light to rape people again.
Yay! Because they're doing a story
Again.
that vaguely based off Identity Crisis.
Yeah, I know, Heroes in Crisis.
Oh dear. But yeah, I want to talk about some SDCC stuff at the end if you've got time. But that trailer was fucking atrocious. Like, that made Gotham look good. What did Dave think of it?
Of which one specifically?
Titans.
I don't think he was best pleased.
See, there is your yardstick, ladies and gentlemen. David Kal-El Prime Wallace, who, if it has the word DC in it, will fight tooth and nail to tell you all those bad DC animated movies are good. Was not best pleased. What does that tell you?
Yeah. But, Mr. Mikey, we actually have some news to talk about.
Batman.
Transformers news, anyway. And we'll get on to more talking about SDCC, I'm sure, as we go. Because
Fuck you!
There's good stuff that happened, too. I know there's definitely
Yes,
one trailer you want to talk about, but that'll be saved for later. We're
When
gonna
Broly.
yes, when Broly, when Broly. We're gonna kick off with custom news as the Transformers Dreamwave Unite Warriors Ruination Upgrade Kit is shown off, which is I'm pretty sure they showed off a Bruticus one earlier or
Yeah, this
ages
is
ago.
a repaint, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything changed, but this is their version for an upgrade kit to get your Ruination all fancy with new hands, new feet, new chesticles, new back cannons. I think the head's the same. Is the head the same?
Think so. No,
think
new
so.
head.
Is
New
it
head.
Oh.
New chest, shield, head, hands, and feet.
Oh, well, there you go. And a
And
gun.
parts
Oh,
to
no,
help fill out
gun's
the
same.
waist and thighs.
Yeah, there you go. So, not a huge amount to discuss here. I'll just throw the question out to Mr. Mikey. Do you like it? Do you think it looks pretty?
It has a slight problem.
What's the problem?
The really gold paint they use is kind of clashing with the rest of Ruination.
Yeah, it doesn't match with the rest of him.
Or bald, I guess I should say. Because it's Japanese.
It is. It's the right one.
So I'm kind of like, oh, I want to like this,
Hmm.
but it is kind of crashing into the rest of them.
You know what you should like more, Mikey?
What should I like more, Andy?
The Iron Factory one.
I do like the Iron Factory one more.
Yeah.
Quite a bit more.
Yeah.
I may be wondering how much that's going to cost as a set when it comes out.
They'll sponsor us one day, I'm sure.
Do it!
If you want to sponsor the Moonbase 2, contact Mikey on the email address, which can be found where, Mikey?
TheMoonbase2@gmail.com, please.
Please.
It's not necessarily that we want free stuff, it's
No.
that we want you to give us free stuff.
Yes, it's completely different.
Mm.
100% different. Mikey, do you want to take us on to our next bit of news? Because this was apparently at TFCon, but we didn't cover it because it
Yeah.
wasn't in the slides, which was
No,
dumb.
but it was in the displays.
Yes,
But I forgot about it.
there was a lot to talk about last week. I think we're fine.
Yes, there was. Mastermind Creations reformatted has shown the first part of its Inventa Magma, which is Skylinks. In this case the Lynx mode. So as you know, Skylinks transforms into a kind of a dragon that splits into a bird and a lynx, and then that
What's
turns
a
into
lynx?
a space shuttle. It's a land cat with multiple tails and 2 toes.
Oh, so a cat.
Land cat.
Not a space cat.
We get to see it next to the Mastermind Creations Razor Claw in both Razor Claw's robot and cat modes. We see it on its own, and then we see it in its sort of weird, inverted commas, carrier mode,
Yeah, like transportation
is-
cart.
which is about as convincing as it's ever been.
It's yeah, well, you know.
I'm just like the base body I actually think turned out fairly well. It looks very posable. It has a slight problem, just like it has like Skylinks' weird aesthetic.
Mm,
But it's crazy posable in the midsection.
yes.
Like really, really cool. What lets me down is the head.
Really?
I don't like that. It looks like a seal.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, I can see
And
that.
I'm just like, I expected either something a bit more toy accurate or a bit more stylized.
Right.
I'm just not crazy about that head.
I can see what they were doing. They were trying to go for I'm guessing, for an animation kind of look. And, I mean, maybe it's because they made it too smooth. If I remember the animation model, it was more angular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the sleeker design pushes it to that lovely seal kind of look.
Yeah, I want to put a ball in its nose.
That's racist, Mikey. Seals do more than ball tricks.
No, they don't.
Oh my god, you're one of those people. And you work in a zoo.
Bounce the fucking ball. Just start throwing balls at seals. Just like, bounce it!
I'm surprised that didn't actually happen today.
Oh, so many things.
When
People are dicks.
when you talk about like how posable and stuff it is, I would be a little bit pissed off if it wasn't, just because it does just turn into a square rectangular kind of shape. So there's no excuse to not have it superposable. So
Yeah, because it's the half that does the least. Like, at least the top half kind of basically turns into most of a space shuttle.
yeah, and wings kind of flap out from the wings and the head, neck joints, and a longer tail and all that bobbins. So
This is just a cat that you're really, really pretending has changed.
We did see a prototype for the sky part of Skylinks as well, didn't we? At TFCon, but not here in in these shots. But we saw the prototype one. I can't remember it too well. Does Mikey remember it?
Vaguely, I think I liked it.
You think you liked it? That's good enough. We don't need to search for it.
It's not colored or anything else, which is
No.
why I clearly they're at different stages of development.
Yes, yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to do that thing where they release like, oh, buy this one and then buy this one.
I can see it.
Don't want to see it though, do you?
Well, in all honesty, I'm not too fussed because I don't like Skylinks as a character. I hate him. I know. I've never liked Skylinks as a
Somewhere
child.
Andy
I hate him.
Turnbull is just literally screaming.
I've told Turnbull before. I just don't care for him.
And you're still alive?
Yeah, I looked him dead in the eye when I said it as well. I didn't care. I'm still hoping. Yeah, so I can't say I'm too fussed either way. It's just like, yeah, it's Skylinks, cool. If people are after one, it's nice to see. I think this might be the first Skylinks third-party toy.
Yes, it is, I believe.
So that's nice. It's something a bit different. It's something a bit new in some aspects. So that's, as we say many times over, at least it's something a little bit different. And it's Mastermind Creation doing it. So once again, it feels like they're kind of leading a way or leading a style of doing things before other people will try it. So
I look forward to 20 more to follow in the next week.
Yes, when the pre-orders for the Skylinks come out and they go, oh wow, we should probably do a Skylinks too.
All the Omega Supremes.
All of him. Shall I move us on, Mikey?
Yes.
You may remember, Mr. Mikey, that Sega have released some arcade games for Transformers the movie games in the past.
I may, but I can guarantee you I don't.
Yeah, well, we don't have any arcades, that's why. But I have seen them on a guy's videos called Tim Tracker when he goes around, Universal Studios and Disney World and their hotels, and I have seen them in the Universal hotels. So they do exist, believe it or not. And it seems like there's a new one coming out called Transformers Shadow Rising arcade game. I assume it'll just be called Shadow Rising. There's a trailer for it up on the YouTubes if you want to have a look at it. It's a licensed video game, Transformers Human Alliance. Licensed. It'll be packed with action, movie characters, and an awesome cabinet. I would have said that in quotations, but okie dokie.
Cabinet?
Yeah, the arcade cabinet.
I meant, did we say cabinet in quotations?
Oh, right, no, the awesome part.
An awesome cabinet.
Do you remember the cabinets with the terrifying Optimus Prime and Bumblebee heads looming over children?
That I do remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe them as awesome, just terrifying, scary, pure scary. There's a few shots of things I suppose we could talk about from the trailer. It doesn't really show gameplay, it just shows in-game footage, which is a bit of a weird thing to say. We see some Seekers. I wouldn't say it's a shock that's not Starscream. Thundercrack and Skywarp are going to be in there as bosses. There is a unpainted version of who's that dinosaur, Mikey, that you like? The Spinosaurus.
Scorn.
Yeah, Scorn, who's not red in this.
No, he's not even got the red highlights.
No.
He just sort of slides in as well.
Yeah. Movie 1 Optimus Prime as well as a character.
That was weird.
Yeah. It's
especially
odd.
Him fighting Grimlock.
Yeah, and the Shockwave was in there. Ravage was in there. Sideways, or Sideswipe. Brawl.
Shockwave, way more purple.
Yeah, a lot more. It's strange.
And a black Sideswipe.
Yeah, I don't get it. So it's a thing coming. I'm not sure it's a thing to be excited for unless you're an avid arcade goer.
Yeah, they didn't get Peter Cullen, by the way.
Oh, no. See, I've been watching it, but without sound, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, there's an amazing bit where he goes like, Autobots, we will kill everyone.
Oh, no, really?
But there's a even better way. What is it? Autobots, we never surrender.
Does he say now we're it's time to kill him? Does he actually say that? Or something similar?
Pretty much.
No.
But it's the never surrender, and I'm just like, so you surrender. I think he's supposed to go, never surrender.
But there's no gap.
But there's no gap.
Do you think there was no comma in the script and they just went, fine.
we can't tell him to do it again. Why? He's gone home.
Was it a good replacement for Peter Cullen, would you say?
No.
Oh, dear. Okay, well, fair enough.
Because
Mikey.
it's trying to be someone pretending he's Peter Cullen.
Oh no, that's never good. But Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next bit of weird news, I suppose?
Yeah, via figures.com, we have new images of Jada Toys Metals diecast 1/1/16 G1 Optimus and 1/1/16 Movie Optimus Prime trucks. These are diecast metal trucks of the movie and Generation 1 Prime. It's the classic short-nosed truck and the classic long-nosed Peterbilt thing. These are basically big Matchbox toys.
Yeah, that don't transform.
Matchbox. Yeah. No. But they, if you like your big trucks and just like the aesthetic and wanted, hey, I like this short-nosed truck, I like this Peterbilt, but I want those little Transformers add-ons, you can get this.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever owned a couple of Matchbox stuff, and the last time I bought some was I bought one of the multi-packs for the Jurassic World stuff Mattel's doing.
Oh, okay.
Because
How'd that go?
just so you know, I like them. It's all the stuff from Jurassic Park and The Lost World, and then there's another one which is like Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom.
Right.
So they even have the gyrosphere thing. I'm hitting my mic, but just anyone doesn't know, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom toy line actually pretty good.
Don't
Kicks
believe
the
you.
shit out of the old Hasbro. Kicks the shit out of the old Hasbro one.
Ooh, all right.
Like really does. Like it has like compromises due to like what they're trying to do, but yeah, there's one thing that bugs me, and it's a small thing, which is the scars are on the wrong side.
Oh no.
They're not painted, but they're molded.
Hmm.
And they're on the wrong side. At least if it was painted, I could let it go, but like it's consistent. I've checked on every version of the Rex. The scars are on the wrong side.
You're on the wrong side of this war, Mikey.
Andy, are you after a Studio Series Hollywood Rides Optimus Prime or Transformers Generation 1 Metals Diecast Optimus Prime?
Shockingly, I'm not.
See robot on chassis?
Shockingly, I'm
See
not.
robot
I'm afraid
and
to say.
chassis, Andy.
No, I'm gonna have to put a sock in your mouth and just wait till you stop moving. No.
The robot is on the chassis.
The sock is going in the mouth. The tape is going around the sock in the mouth. Plugs are going into the nose. I'm sorry, Mikey. No interest at all. Is this a big market? Because I know that people do collect, like, I don't want to say tin cars because that's wrong, but like metal diecast cars that you can open up and have like car displays. I just don't know if they have a crossover with Transformer fans or vice versa. So maybe...
I honestly don't know, considering Transformers fans have trouble accepting posable action figures that don't transform.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they accept vehicle. What does it do? Vehicle.
I can't imagine they'd accept it, right? I can't imagine they would.
Yeah, I'd be dubious.
Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately, Mr. Mikey, no, it's not for young, pretty Andy.
And then, Andy, take us on to something that may very well be. I have a suspicion it may not be, but it may very well be.
It's really not. I think you were right on the first call. As we move into the SDCC news, I wanted to cover the first thing, which is Tom Scioli announces the IDW GoBots series. So they'll be going back and doing GoBots. It'll be drawn and written by Tom Scioli himself, the guy that did Transformers vs. G.I. Joe, a series which is arguably very divisive. People either love it or hate it. It is the most Marmite of the comics that I know.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
I know that neither of us enjoyed it.
No.
It's going to be 5 issues apparently. Hang on, let's read this. His work on a few years back and says 5-issue series is a labor of love. Is that related to G.I. Joe?
No, the 5-issue series, like G.I. Joe was something like 12, 13 issues.
So this is going to be 5-issue series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a labor of love. Going to be 5-issue series, and breathes some life back into the 80s classic, for better or for worse potentially. It'll be launched in October as well, so stay tuned, and there'll probably be more information coming up. There's not much in the way of images. We've only got one image that I'm aware of, which is just the GoBots logo with a Tom Scioli drawing of Leader 1.
Yeah.
Which looks...
I think there might be
fine.
one of Cycle out there, but I can't confirm.
Oh, really? Okay, I definitely haven't seen that. Oh, no. No? Is it? No. Oh, maybe. Yeah, this might be artwork. I found like a slide in the link. And if it will actually send it to you.
Oh, I'm scrolled down. It's like
yeah,
not.
you see
Yeah,
that,
I
have
see
you?
it.
It says
Yeah.
not final art, so I don't know if that
Yep.
is. It's difficult to judge it because it's it's on a projector, and it's being photoed at an angle, so it's not the best. But that looks like Tom Scioli art.
That looked like sure wish you were the 1980s, but not really.
Some people love it. Some people love it.
Some people are idiots.
It's a weird thing because it's nice that GoBots will have something after all these years. There'll be something for themselves, but then again, I have such trepidation because it is Tom Scioli. I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything, but I was not a fan of what he did.
I really want to be excited for this.
Sure.
Largely because, dude, new Crasher. But also, I have a weird urge to go and watch GoBots lately.
It's not weird. GoBots is fun. It's not an amazing show, but it's like it's a fun enough show.
I literally haven't seen it since I was a child.
Yeah.
So all I know is like, hey, the joke is Megatron kills Cycle.
Yeah.
But I'd be very curious to see this, and I really wish either the art or the writing got me excited, but like Tom Scioli was just like, oh man, it's so crazy doing this story, and I was just like, I'd rather just see a good story playing with some of the interesting aspects of the GoBot fiction than something that's like, what if GoBots are crazy and wacky?
That's the thing. I don't want to like see Cycle potentially eat someone on a plate.
Yeah, and like the art style, I'm sorry, it's not just like, I just really don't like his art.
No.
Plus, a 5-issue miniseries. What are you going to do to make this not a Transformer story you've just swapped in GoBots?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Like, are you going to play up the cyborg thing?
Maybe.
That would be a good idea in my opinion, but how do you make this not Transformers?
I think that's an important question, and I guess we'll find out, when it rolls around eventually. Mikey, do you want to tell me and the people about Bumblebee and a new Transformers live-action movie?
Right, so I'll tell you about the latter later, because it spins off something from the panel. So, San Diego Comic-Con 2018, we had the Bumblebee movie panel. It was a pretty significant panel from all things told.
Mm-hmm.
I actually ended up watching it, which I very rarely do.
Really?
Because I was curious. Basically, after all the talk about, like, bigging up Travis Knight in my head, I wanted to see what the guy was like.
Was he pretty?
He was. He was a shining beacon of hope that can't still make me hope. But he makes me think that he has watched... Like, he knows who Nightbird is.
Okay.
Because he wanted Shatter to look like Nightbird.
I would argue looks nothing like Nightbird.
I said that, and then I looked at pictures together, and I can see the shape of the head, the shape of the chest, and the legs. I can actually see what he was going for.
So it's more silhouette than look like.
Silhouette. Like, the chest is the same shape, it's just not the same parts.
Right.
The face is the same shape, but not the same parts.
Okay.
One thing that's a bit more troubling, he said dropkick is supposed to invoke G1 Megatron, and I was like,
no.
I don't know. I need... Maybe the grey version we'll talk about later. I don't know.
That feels,
anyway,
to be honest, in my eyes, that feels a bit of a stretch.
He's probably sitting there like, I can see it. So they showed some footage. They showed Bumblebee fighting a robot. They showed Shatter and Dropkick having a scene. We haven't seen any of that, so I won't be talking about that. No. But some big takeaways from this. They discussed creating the look and how they wanted to marry the movie aesthetic with something that looked a bit more approachable. They also had a dig at Michael Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about the behind the scenes. He said he was very involved in the design and animation process because he is, of course, from an animation background. And he wanted Bumblebee's design to very much be soft and approachable because he's supposed to be the Transformer that's the most approachable. Talking about Haley Steinfeld's character and the role she'd play. John Cena was on there, and like a lot of people, I was listening to this panel as I was driving.
Right.
So a lot of people said, "Oh, birds, you can't see John Cena on the stage." And one of the things I read, and I was just like, "Is that a John Cena joke?"
Maybe,
because I'm assuming he was there.
I know he's dressed up as Bumblebee because they decided to do the Bryan Cranston wearing the Bryan Cranston mask kind of thing, but with John Cena in a Bumblebee costume.
That's disturbing.
Which one?
Both, really. Bryan Cranston disguised as Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, he wore a really weird rubbery latex Bryan Cranston mask.
Who could be under that?
That was from years ago, though. Years ago.
Oh my god! But we also got to hear about the love interest for Haley, which is basically. So the love interest last time was hyper sexy.
Is it John Cena? Is John Cena the love interest?
I hope not.
Is there a special law that John Cena uses
no,
to justify
if
it?
John Cena opens the wallet and says, like, listen, in 2 years' time,
we're gonna get married.
I don't want to. Yeah, you do.
Do.
But so again, this is one of those moments where my eyebrow raised because, like last movie, the original movie, the protagonist was a screaming man baby who was entitled, unlikable, and terrible, while at the same time saying, "Hey, nerds, like him."
Which one are we talking about? Shia LaBeouf or Mark Wahlberg?
Shia.
Okay, because it could have been either.
Yeah, and then the love interest was tits on legs that had, I was told later, had some good character concepts that never got used because she was tits on legs.
Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about Megan Fox or the museum artist who wore very sexy dresses?
All of them. Well, the love interest in this is a 1980s nerd geek.
Okay.
So the main character is a young lady who is a mechanic type, and the love interest is a nerd. Who is supposed to be, quote, basically you inserted in the film.
Except pretty and attractive, I assume.
Not really, he just looks normal. Just looks like a guy. Like, he looks Hollywood like a guy.
Yeah, so pretty.
Yeah. So it's like, he doesn't look like he's made up to look pretty.
Yeah.
I'd put it. So yeah, and they're like, hang on, you recognize that nerds watch your movies. What's going on here? But then they started talking about Transformers. Shatter and Dropkick are confirmed to be triple changers.
The toys, I can tell you right now, are not. We'll talk about that later.
Shatter is inspired by Nightbird. Dropkick inspired by Megatron. The jet is not Starscream.
No, I heard about this, yeah.
And this pissed off some people. I'm kind of like, you know what? After years of movies, doesn't bother me. But apparently it's Blitzwing.
Doesn't look like Blitzwing. At least from that one shot that we saw. He was
like, this was a bit where Travis Knight was talking about it and said, like, listen, I didn't want to use Starscream because he's got a movie design already, and at the time this was being designed purely as a movie prequel. I want Seekers, I want new Seekers, and I wanted someone who's got Starscream's look, who wasn't him, and I decided I wanted to have I think Blitzwing's a cool character. I wanted him as a Seeker in this film. He'll probably be a triple changer.
Well, that would make sense if the other two are triple changes.
Yeah. So, but again, it's like, okay, so at least it sounds like you know what a triple changer and a Seeker is.
Yeah.
Which is more than Michael Bay literally ever did. So John Cena is playing the human antagonist, Aja Burns. He's a complicated man, and there was a complicated man, but no one understands him. Joke.
What about his woman?
That was in there. They don't agree. Him and the main character don't agree with each other, but he's supposed to be morally grey because he is sure he is doing the right thing. She named Bumblebee because, why not?
Did he not name himself?
Isn't
that a bit weird?
A little bit. It's going to be like, oh, actually, my name was always Bumblebee. How did you know? But they also confirmed that Optimus will be appearing in a hologram form at least, and will have a rather G1-esque design.
Okay.
Or basically a more classic Optimus design than previously.
I imagine when they say that, it's just going to be in the same kind of vein as the movie Bumblebee design that we've got, because people say that's kind of G1-y. It's like, I guess, kind of.
You can see the design beats.
Sure, exactly. It'll probably be what that means.
I'm fine. Again, I would really like to see what they do if they weren't hampered by pretending this is a prequel.
I think that's the problem, that we know it has to be hampered because they don't know what they want to do with the movie franchise just yet.
Also, Travis Knight said that he was very adamant that everyone would have a primary color, so that you could easily spot them in action scenes and stuff like that. So that's why Shatter and Dropkick are just so blue and red. It's just like, oh, again, what's this? It's like a director is involved in his film. But yeah, so there were a few more scenes, and then this is the thing. Peter Cullen showed up at the end in character as Optimus Prime and said, what does an Autobot have to do to get his own movie?
Oh, Peter. I hope someone put him up to do that. I really hope that wasn't just Peter doing that.
He hacked in. He wasn't even supposed to be there. But this ties into a comment by Lorenzo de Bonaventura that they have confirmed a new Transformers live-action movie is in the works. According to the story, they're not sure what sort of story it should be, but they are looking for a writer. What's interesting is we are talking about a movie that made $650 million, the last one, not exactly dead. I think what we're doing is we're having a script written soon. We put it aside a little bit because we were focused on Bumblebee, and that takes a lot of time and creative attention. Next, now that we've come up for air, we've been meeting with writers and sort of formulating where we're going with this franchise. We're meeting with some of the most successful writers in our business who aren't Akiva's Goldsman. How did you think that would go well? So they're certainly not shying away because he's doing Titans. He's the head guy for Titans.
Oh, God.
So they're certainly not shying away from spending a lot of money on a script. Doesn't mean we're going to make a movie, but when you deal with studios, you get a sense of the current. My sense of the current is that they absolutely want to make another one. And he basically...
Who's the scriptwriter for Bumblebee? Because I know it's a lady, but I can't remember what she's done.
She's done one or two horror movies, and I know they were a bit mixed.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll take a bit mixed over what we were getting.
Oh Christ, yeah! As long as it's not Roberto
crap.
Orsi or what's his name,
or Akiva Goldsman.
Yeah, either of them.
You know, or Aaron Kruger.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. No more, please. Yeah. Anyone new?
At least Orsi and Kurtzman went on to produce Prime.
Yes, yeah. I always wonder how much they had involved in that compared to the movies, because it seems like such a massive switch.
Yeah, and they also did another thing, which is like really trying not to say the word reboot when asked about a reboot. And so like, I don't want to say reboot. I want to say you're considering our thought process.
I think it's because, like we've said, it's not it'll be a reboot if it does well.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, we're all going to pretend it doesn't exist, and the next movie will probably be the reboot.
Yeah, exactly. So it all depends on that. That's clearly why it's not a, in quotations, currently reboot, which is fair enough.
Yeah, although it does make me a bit amused when I hear other guys on podcasts talking about, like, how is this going to tie into the next movies or whatever, and just like, guys, you're all very intelligent people. You know better than that.
Apart from you, Tricky.
Yeah, oh god, he's
Mr. Scientist Man.
Mr. Science Man. Andy.
Mikey.
I think it's fair to say that based on both that comment and the cameo at SDCC, the next movie is Optimus Prime.
Probably. Though I would like it if it wasn't the case and Optimus Prime wasn't getting his own movie, Megatron was. Yeah. And then we have Lorenzo de Bonaventura and Frank Welker in a scene like from the first Spider-Man movie where Frank's got a giant glider jet in his stomach and he just goes, "Don't tell Peter." And dies.
Don't tell Prime.
Don't tell Peter.
What do you, apart from that, what did you think of this whole Bumblebee panel thing?
Not a huge amount of interest, just because we haven't seen anything. People at the panel saw stuff, but we haven't seen it, so it's one of those things that these things could be interesting. This is the thing with all kind of promotional stuff for movies. It all could be glorious, or it could be a fucking train wreck. I was pretty pumped for Dark of the Moon because I saw like the first 10 minutes or something at BotCon, and I was like, oh man, I'm fairly excited for this. And then the movie came out. Yeah. So
Laserbeak was cool.
Yeah, we talked about him last week. He was fun, dribbly but fun. So it's one of those things. I'm still not gonna be super pumped, or try not to be super pumped. I don't think I will be super pumped, to be honest, but maybe I'll see this in the cinema and not hate it. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to feel like I haven't wasted money for a change when I've gone to see a Transformers movie. I'd really like that legitimately.
Yes.
What about you, Mikey? Did you have any other thoughts on this?
Yeah, there was that little bit of encouragement from seeing the panel and getting a vibe for at least... At the very least, they did their prep work before the panel, even if they didn't do it for the movie, which shows a level of professionalism I'm not expecting from the Transformers creative team.
That's mainly because it was Michael Bay.
Yeah, so at least they did that much, which shows at least I know there's a professional in there somewhere. Yeah. The movie may still be shit, but I keep on having... I refuse to hope. But I keep on having those little bit, like, I am further away from utter despair every time I hear something about this movie.
It's safer not to hope, isn't it?
Yeah, but especially in this case, because there's just no reason to.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. So I hope for the best. I hope for the best without hoping.
What about
You know,
future movies? Did they talk? They did future movie stuff as well, didn't they? Or did you mention that?
No, just to talk about how they have one planned.
Oh, right, that was it. Okay, I oddly enough thought there was more to it than that. How disappointing!
No, but combining it with that and a couple of other things we've heard, like they're planning Optimus.
Probably, yeah.
So we can. You know what? I was thinking the way to do these Transformers movies, they are doing exactly the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because what they should do is follow the Marvel formula. The Marvel formula is do a movie focused on a character.
But
And
what?
then
But
you
what?
do
If,
your
what?
team up movie.
What if, Mikey, you do your team up movie after two of your characters have had movies of varying quality?
Well, if that varying quality is okay to terrible.
Which one was
okay
it? Which
really
one was okay?
Yeah, I was going to say okay was actually quite subjective. And then do a fucking side squad.
Woo!
Basically, do the I emphasize the word Marvel formula. Marvel. So if they did that and then did a team up movie of like Bumblebee, Optimus, Ironhide, Grimlock, something like that.
Yeah.
Windblade. Do a Windblade movie. I want to see a Windblade movie. Partly because I want to see the fandom blow up.
With rage, because there would be rage.
I want to look out my window and just see flames rising.
Me.
But me. Do an RC one and just have it IDWRC and then no one's happy except
Oh
me.
man, I'd be alright with that, but yeah, a lot of people would be pissed.
But yeah, so I just want to keep an eye on this, and it's saying a lot more than any of the other movies.
Are you worried that the Decepticons will be Marvelized and underrepresented and just be here's the thing for you to beat and they'll have nothing to them?
Okay, so don't do all of the Marvel formulas.
Okay, because that's that's the thing I'm worried about. I worry Blitzwing, Dropkick, and who's the other one? Yeah, Shadow are just going to be. Hey, well, let's have things for Bumblebee to kill. Maybe he can bone them like he fishboned Ravage all those years ago.
I was going to say, if they do the Marvel level of villainy on these guys, that's still better than all the Transformers movies. With possible exception of Age of Extinction.
I'm assuming you're meaning Sentinel Prime only.
Lockdown.
Oh, sorry, yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I guess.
I'd say Lockdown's like Ant-Man level villainy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's bare bones basic, but he was better than most of the other ones, I guess.
He had a theme song.
Woo, quality. Shall I move us on to the toys, Mikey?
Toys?
Yeah, we'll start off we're just going through the official images because it's going to be easier on all of us here. And we're kicking off with movie stuff, or at least the studio series, and there's a Bumblebee helmet. Hoorah. So we had a Bumblebee helmet. What was it?
It's a VR phone app helmet.
Really? Okay.
You put your phone in.
It's called B-Vision.
You put your phone in.
Oh, wow, you do. You literally put your phone in it.
This will cost $100.
Why?
I will put money down. This will cost $100.
I can't believe that.
I can.
Yeah, so what it is if you imagine like scuba goggles, you have them, but you can slide your phone in front of that, and then you attach that into a Bumblebee mask.
Yes.
I don't know then if you can see out of it. Can you?
I'd be surprised.
And then you've got a little gauntlet that has cogs on it.
I'm assuming it's a download this app, play a VR thing on your phone.
I imagine, yeah, that would probably make the most sense. Yeah, because you've got Megatron coming out of the eye, and you've got like a gun in the other eye, so it's probably like, here, use your hand and shoot the things.
That's the Revenge of Fallen Megatron.
That's the same thing.
I know a lot of movies like to pretend none of the other ones happened, but,
but this is ridiculous. Yeah, there's no. I can't see a description of what. If you notice, Mikey, there's like 3 giant cog symbols, and then those cog symbols are on the glove as well.
I'm assuming that's like a scoreboard or something like that.
Like a scan thing, maybe. Like you scan it with your phone, probably. Now, more important stuff. We had the studio series Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, Dropkick from the Bumblebee movie, Ratchet from Dark of the Moon, Shadow Raider from Age of Extinction. Who's that? It's one of the Grubs. The Scrubs?
Is it?
Probably.
I thought it was no one.
Nah, it has to be one of those plebes who get just mowed down in the background.
Maybe.
I'm assuming.
I know who Sentry is because I remember seeing that on TFWiki.
Who?
But...
Do you mean KSI Sentry, the famous Transformer from Dark Age of Extinction?
Now, that was a pleb.
Yeah, and Ironhide from 2007's original movie. So.
You forgot B. Did you forget B?
No, I said B at the start. I said Bumblebee
Okay.
from the Bumblebee movie.
Cool.
So which one do you want to talk about first, Mikey? Is any of them striking? Do you want to go down the picture list first, so you could start up with Dropkick if you wanted?
Droop kick.
Yeah.
Droop shoot. So this was in. He ain't a car or a triple changer. He a helicopter. I don't think that worked into the budget.
No, he's a neat helicopter though.
No, I actually think he looks really solid in both modes.
Mr. Jai said it would be neat if they did him into Fang colours from G.I. Joe, which is just black. And Mr. Jai also mentioned that he thought he looked sort of whirly, especially with those colours.
Yeah.
And I went,
He
I
looks-
can see that.
He looked. Oh wow! Simple head remold. Did you have a pretty solid world?
Simple head remold or third-party figure head mold.
Yeah. I like his little pirate flag.
Where's his pirate flag?
On his-
Yeah, there it is. Yes,
Yeah.
I thought you meant literally there was a flag on him, not like not like an emblem. That makes more sense.
But no, I'm liking. Look, no hollow spaces. Do you notice in the arms?
Doesn't look like it.
There's a little divot, but that's just like that looks like where a panel has been folded up.
Yeah,
But like, I'm liking that.
that's interesting. Again, I'm not going to be a hopeful boy. I hear
No.
good things about the studio series in general, so
Once you get past Bumblebee,
I thought you were going to say once you get past the price.
well, yeah, that's another thing. But everything basically bar Bumblebee and the Dread crankcase
Which one?
have
Did they only do one, or did they do a few?
They did one Dread.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
But I basically heard it's at least solid and largely pretty good. But yeah, I think he looks good.
If I was going to pull out one problem, I'd say an issue in his helicopter mode is because the canopy is clear, you can see there's a lot of junk squished in there, so
Yeah, he has
Why-
a fair amount in the trunk.
why make that translucent plastic if it's just going to show all of the robot on the inside of it, if you know what I mean? Why not just have that
Yeah.
painted over?
Yeah, I know. I
Or
can
not
definitely. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
There's-
I think
maybe
I
there's
think that's
a choice.
translucent. I think that's translucent for the robot mode more than the vehicle mode.
Hasn't he got stuff jammed in there? It's a little bit hard to tell from this image again, but isn't it full of stuff anyway, though?
It's less full of stuff because
Okay.
of I think how it collapses.
Right. Oh, well,
Which
fair
looks
enough.
like an interesting transformation step.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, I'm not super interested on the basis that it's still a movie design, so it still has. I think if you replace that head with something very much like the who was it that they did into Thundercracker recently, Mikey?
Nitro Zeus.
Yeah, Nitro Zeus. If you replace that head, it's a lot more palatable and a lot more interesting. I think this
But
does
what
the same
if
thing.
Dropkick is awesome?
I don't think I'll be tempted, to be honest. You know who I want it done into? I want it done into one of the... Do you remember the Rotoforce, Mikey, from G2? I want him done into the purple and like teal green helicopter dude, whoever he was called. I'd like that because the colors would be
yeah.
sexy.
Someone's like screaming the name right now,
I can't remember them because it's the Rotoforce, you know.
and no one cares.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had one release. Ironhide, Mikey, the lovely cow robot.
Wow, so I had the old Voyager Ironhide,
Oof.
the original one,
Oof.
where they slimmed down the robot mode proportions. And I've only ever seen Ironhide as a toy, as the thin one, as the normal one that doesn't match the movies. And I'm having a kind of repeat of Brawl, which is, wow, that's hardcore weird. Why are his shoulders wheel? Why are his shoulders in his guts?
He's very beefy.
What is this?
Very beefy. And I'm
Yeah,
not sure. Maybe it's
it's
the
not just that
angle
he-
of the photo.
It's not.
Is it not?
It's just I've gone back and checked. It's just the Ironhide. Like when you're trying to be accurate to the Ironhide design, it's a fucking weird design.
Oh.
Like his arms come in at these weird. He doesn't have real shoulders. Like they literally come in at like chest level.
Oh, that's weird.
And his leg. They've actually lengthened his leg proportions here at least. But it is just like Ironhide is a really really weird design.
Oh,
So it's not their fault.
Isn't it, Mikey?
Isn't it?
That's a question you should ask yourself, Mikey Tron.
But I won't.
So I don't think either of us I think Dropkick's better or looks more interesting, better design. One I think doesn't look too bad actually is KSI Sentry.
Surprising, because I think he's a redo of Stinger.
Is he? What the mold?
Think so. Someone would have to like double check for me, but that's definitely the same kind of thing Stinger has in his arm, just redone into a claw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I maybe it's a heavy retool.
Maybe, because we're not super deep into this line, it's harder for us to guess these things, I guess.
I like his head.
Yeah, he looks like a neat-ish figure, I would say. What about Ratchet Mikey? Is this just a Dark of the Moon toy?
That's the Dark of the Moon Studio Series toy repainted. Which is a new mold.
Is it?
But is really, really similar to the original Dark of the Moon toy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it just was the same, just with a non-mech tech gun. If you remember mech tech weapons.
Nope. This is a brand new mold created this year that just happens to be not amazing, and in this case has a pretty weird paint job that gives a weird breakage of his body.
Yeah, well, that's why he was colored in the movie, wasn't he? Before he was killed.
Weird.
Oh no, he wasn't killed in Dark of the Moon, was he?
No, he was just in the background a lot because no one cared about Ratchet.
That's right. Yeah. So again, not too impressed with that. What about Shadow Raider, Mikey, or Prelude to Knockout? Knockout?
Lockdown.
Lockdown. That's him.
I kind of like the color scheme fairly well. I want that head to be an option with Lockdown.
See, I don't. I like this head on this dude. He looks
like
a
the
good
gun.
generic grunt. And yeah, the gun's neat. You know who this could be if he was a motorbike?
What was his name?
Oil Slick.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, animated Oil Slick. There's a guy that needs to come back.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not bad. It's okay, I guess. What about new Bumblebee, Mikey? The new bee, the Volkswagen Bumblebee boy.
Bumblefuck.
Whoa.
I have a complaint.
Okay, what a shock.
So this looks okay.
That is a horrendous complaint, Mikey.
It has ankle tilts. It's that could do with 2 arms, but overall it looks fine, and I think the Volkswagen mode is adorable.
Yeah.
However, have you seen the multi-pack version of this?
The multi-pack version. Oh,
Hey,
is this the one with the really gross kind
gold
of not
paint
gold
job?
paint? It's not really gold. It's like a dirty gold.
Same kind of one they used in the Bumblebee that came with the Dino cassette.
Yeah, it's really ugly and gross. It's not a gold that you would ever want on a toy.
That's not my complaint.
Okay, it'd be
My
mine.
complaint is that with that, which is coming to Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, $60, $55 in at least one of those, can be bought on regular retail pre-order now.
Okay.
This is Volume 2, which comes with Dial and Soar.
Oh.
So there is a non-convention release of Dial and Zor.
Oh, that's good.
Or it's Zor and Urad, which is Dial's evil twin.
Oh God. Okay.
Would you like to know how bad this gets?
It's like really expensive, isn't it? Is that the
No,
thing?
I think it's perfectly reasonable. I think $55 for a set, including 2 molds, that a couple of weeks ago I'd have to be paying $800 for.
Yeah.
think it's
Okay.
reasonable.
Yeah, that's fine.
What this is so the first set is Dial in his original colors, and Zor, or Urazor, whatever you want to call him,
no.
in his translucent orange, which doesn't look phenomenal.
No.
What this set is Zor
No.
in his original black, and the Dial clone in a quite likable, but very obviously dodgy purple, translucent purple. And also, both the translucent ones are Decepticons, both the regular ones are Autobots.
Fuck's sake.
Both also combine.
Of course.
Now, you can combine them with the bot that's in the set. You get the full functionality.
Mhm.
But the clear intent here is to get you to buy 2 Bumblebee Studio Series and 2 of each cassette, so that you can have your correct colored one go at the other correct colored one, and your translucent evil one go at the other translucent evil one.
Yeah, that's very deliberately designed.
One of these is a convention set that at best you can pre-order and maybe get at a couple of other conventions. At worst, we'll be paying about I'd say a minimum of $80 for in the aftermarket.
Oof.
If I'm being really nice to scalpers.
That's a... Ugh.
Now, I like that these toys are getting... I love that these toys are getting a release.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be pulling the shenanigans.
The horseshit.
You could have had the translucent ones as the extras. You could even have done that first and gotten people really pissed until you announced that you were doing mass release or pre-orderable on exclusive retailer release of the regular color scheme. Which means that some people would go to SDCC and get their fancy shiny one. Because I like the purple on Dial, the evil Dial. And, the rest of us could go and get the Bumblebee toy anyone's really interested in, because it's not the shit first Studio Series one, and the 2 original colors.
Mm-hmm.
You have pulled shenanigans instead. I would still get this set for those 2 cassettes. But I am still calling shenanigans. Do you have thoughts on shenanigans, Andy?
I think they're bullshitty. It's unfortunate. It's a good marketing ploy. It's not a one that I like, but yeah, it'll get people like Paul Wayne to do it.
Wayne's crying right now.
Yeah, Wayne's not happy. I'm sure he's like, oh fuck's sake. But yeah, I doubt it'll happen. But wouldn't it be nice if they just did a pack of those 2, the proper ones that people want later on down the line?
That would be nice.
It would be nice. What a shame. But what about the actual Bumblebee mold? You okay with it?
Yeah, I think it looks okay as long as the quality holds up.
Yeah, it's just the dirty shenanigans that you weren't too fussed with.
Shenanigans.
Well, Mikey, how about you tell me about Cyberverse toys? Was there anything new and sexy that took your fancy from Cyberverse line?
Yeah, also, we have clips and the opening of the show.
Yeah, I haven't seen the opening, but I did see the clip of it.
Scroll down, it's there.
Is it? Oh, there it is.
It's a short one as well, which means it's definitely like a modern TV one.
Ugh.
So we'll talk about that in a bit. But first of all, the toys. We have several toys from the line. Some not so new and some new. First off, we have Scout Class Optimus Prime with the gimmick. Remember, Scout Class are all like automatic gimmick fellas.
Yeah.
So this one, a giant gun swings around and covers his arm.
That fucking
Andy,
intro's shite.
There are things I like about it, and there are things I don't, which is like how I'm feeling about the clip. But I like the actual like structure of it is terrible.
Yeah.
Because that is like RID levels of
laziness.
God, please try.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
But what do you think of Scout Class Optimus Prime?
No.
Why no?
No.
Why no?
No.
Why?
I don't want the Prime to be swinging at the waist like a madman. This is not like, if I was gonna get an Optimus Prime from this line, this was not gonna be the version. I don't want a toy that's small that purposely has a gimmick that is there for no reason apart from it's a gimmick. And probably lessens it.
An already slightly hampered line, and now it's more hampered?
Pretty much.
I kind of agree. The aesthetic is also just like we've seen. It's the evergreen Optimus.
Yeah.
Next up, Slapstream, as I'm calling her.
Why Slapstream?
Because her gimmick is that she slaps you as a jet. She is a leggy jet, and she's clearly slapping you with her null rays.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Slapstream. Scout Class Slipstream, who is a retool of Starscream.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Still not. I wanna like it because it's Slipstream.
Yep, but it's not. It's just a repaint of Starscream, clearly. They've not remolded any of it. They should have remolded it. It's a new character.
I would say, can we at least get a warrior class of her? But then I remembered that the warrior class Starscream is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a second. Wind Stab.
Is this Windblade's special Mikey name?
Yes, she stabs. She is a plane that stabs.
It's maybe one of the better ones, I guess, from this the Scout line.
She looks quite sad.
Oh yeah, she looks like, even her animation model looks fucking depressed as fuck.
Oh, those lines in the face are really weird.
You know what the best version of Windblade is, Mikey? The very first one. Said nobody. Nobody says that, because it was an interesting concept that was made far better later on thanks to Sarah and Maygrid.
Yeah. Next up, Ultra Class Shadow Striker.
I want to like it because it looks like it could be a cool ladybot,
Yep, same here.
but it's not.
Not a good toy.
Is it just a remold of Bumblebee? Bumblebee's Ultra Class, because it looks like it is.
Strongly suspect if she's not a remold, then she's certainly following the same design aesthetic.
Yeah, at the very least, I think it's that, and it's like, ugh, what a shame.
Yeah. Odd like half improvement, half complete messing up of a thing. We have Ultra Class Shockwave.
Why did a bee sting his forearm?
You
You know those pictures of dogs have eaten bees and their faces swell up. It's like that, but with his forearm.
It kind of is, yeah. But like, I think the robot mode, especially at that size, it looks at least as posable as the warrior.
It's bigger. It should be better.
Shh, Andy, shh. Does this cloth smell like chloroform?
Ah!
Chloroform, because it smell like chlorophyll. Does it smell like cling film?
I'll die if I smell that.
But considerably worse, in my opinion. Oh, that tank somehow manages to look even more like a robot doing the crab walk.
Yeah, it doesn't help that his hands have turned. His hands, which are the front legs, have turned into these little slippers.
They've turned into feeties.
Yeah, little feety slipper shoes. And
dude.
is that like his the inner forearm? Not forearm. Yeah, forearm. Are they hollow? Because they look like they might be hollow. With the fists
the legs
in.
legs are hollow. It might be hollow at the back.
That's what I mean. But which is the part that we can see the front of?
It's difficult to tell.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But he barely transforms, so it can't be that. I don't know. Like, one of those is a gun arm that's transforming presumably a fair bit.
Uh-huh.
So it could look solid. Oh, no, not. The gun arm's moved up. So he's got a regular arm under the gun arm.
What? Oh, yeah.
He's got a regular...
Huh.
I can see the hand.
How does that work?
I can see the hand.
That's weird.
You can take off... You could give it... Oh my god, you can double fist shockwave.
Yeah, it's what I've always dreamed of. Always.
Next up, Warrior Class Acid Storm, who is a retool of the current Warrior Class Starscream mold.
Yep. Basic, but
Nope.
I guess fine.
Nope, those legs are shit. Have you seen the legs, Andy?
Yeah, I'm looking at them now. Well, at least are they completely hollow in the back? Is that what you're saying?
No. I've seen reviews of the Warrior Class Starscream.
Right.
Are you familiar with toys called Jump Starters?
Yes.
Can you describe for the people, not the gimmick, but the leg articulation of the Jump Starters?
There aren't any. Isn't
What
any.
what do the legs do when you move them?
Oh, fuck.
Again, skipping the gimmick, but what do they do? Like if you try to move, say, the right leg.
Oh, they just go back to the standard position, right?
Yeah.
So you can't move the legs. It's what you're telling me.
What I mean is you can stick them out, and basically if there's no knee, and you rotate the leg forward, and both legs move forward.
For God's sake,
And
Mikey.
then both legs move back. You can't, like that's worse than the other toys in his actual line.
I was getting slightly interested in that figure for a second.
Yeah, I took away your joy.
You did.
Because you were thinking like maybe in Slipstream colors, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, maybe they'll remold it to be a bit more feminine, and then it'll be an interesting, maybe not perfect, but passable Slipstream. Okay.
No,
fuck you.
No joy.
They said.
No joy in Plain Town.
Nope.
Next up is Megatron, who I'm hoping that fist isn't permanent.
I'm guessing that arm isn't bendable, though. Like, one arm has an elbow joint, the other one looks like it has a missile running through it.
Yeah, but missile with a mace.
Yeah.
Apart from that arm, though, I'm actually pretty happy. Like, the gimmick inhibiting toy, horrendous, bad, no. But, like, everything else, like, if you could take that arm off and replace it, like, third parties, I think that's a solid warrior class design.
How can you do a missile gimmick and completely nullify the arm? Like, I'm sure that you could make it so that if you want to do a spring missile, you could just do it in the forearm and still have elbow articulation. I'm sure you could do that. They did that back in the 80s with Inferno. You remember Inferno?
Yeah, but Andy.
Yeah?
Cling film.
My God.
like I said, I like the rest of him.
Yeah. I mean, he looks passable for the rest of it, sure. I'll give you that.
Like, for the line they're going for.
Yeah.
Last up, we have Windblade, who looks oddly statuesque in the face.
Yep.
I don't know what gimmick interferes with her, but she seems to have the basics of articulation.
Yep. It's good to see that her design hasn't changed since she originally came out.
Yeah, it's weird.
So we're getting the same
Also,
toy
she's
many
got
times
big
over.
discs under her wings.
Oh, that'll be a gimmick, won't it? That'll be like
Yeah.
a firing those gimmicks. So she might be one of the better figures because her gimmicks just
True.
stuck to her wings.
I mean, because her design has changed so little, I can fairly say if you want this kind of Windblade, I just get the RID toy.
Yeah.
But, and lastly, that leaves us with the clips.
Woo!
So, I have two very conflicting feelings about these clips.
Okay.
Because one is Megatron and one is the opening. The opening, like, hot garbage. But the animation style in the opening, there's no lines around the characters and everything else, looks really stylized.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it's done in Flash.
It certainly has the Flash vibe to it, which isn't one of my favorite vibes.
No. But I can see some kind of maybe artistry about it.
Yeah.
With the Megatron clip, I think it has a Windblade thing at the start of it as well. Windblade looks ridiculous.
Yes.
But, again, the animation, I'm very dubious about. What everyone is saying,
Uh-huh.
I'm quite into.
You mean the actual script?
Yeah, and I'm liking Megatron's voice actor quite a bit.
Oh, I'm not. Well, not currently. From what I'm hearing, it sounds just generic-y. Just like generic, I'm going to be an evil, loud leader.
Yeah.
That could obviously change. It could get better.
Yeah.
But
like, Megatron as a revolutionary leader is not something I expected to see in this show, which is coming out, from the same, like, timing as stuff like Steven Universe or the new, Thundercats cartoon.
yeah.
Like, wasn't expecting that.
Well, I don't think we're going to see a lot of that, because remember, from the basis that we got, or the idea of the show that we got ages ago, this is going to be Bumblebee remembering bits of the past, so how often we'll see Revolutionary Megatron before he just goes into Despot Megatron?
But even then, just having that little slice of it in there, very surprising to me.
Oh, okay.
It's like what Machinima tried to do. But,
No, they didn't.
I feel like there's an ounce of competence.
Maybe.
So yeah, I'm having conflicting feelings. It makes me want to definitely see that first episode.
Oh, I mean, we'll be watching it, because we gotta.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on the whole kit and caboodle with the animation and the whatnot?
It's hard to say, because there is not a lot, so we can only go off a very small amount. It's weird that it looks sort of 3D. Kind of RID 3D, which I'm not super pumped about, because that's not. I don't want to go that way again. It's actually got frames of animation in it though, so fucking props to them for that. Jesus, I saw a trailer go up for a Dragon Prince or something, which is a new show
I
coming.
didn't see that. I was curious about that.
Hey, Mikey, how many frames should a cartoon have? How about 10? How about 10 frames?
But hang on. Well, I assume this is going to be like another one of those, like, we're drawn basically like Avatar, and here's some sort of like Voltron-y CGI stuff that's had its frame count cut down.
It's full CGI, but it's stuttery.
No!
I think it's more stuttery than RID was, personally.
Oh my god. You're Netflix. I expect fucking better than you, at least visually.
I might be wrong. Maybe I'm overly harsh, and when you see the clip, you'll be like, Andy, you're being too mean. Or you'll be like,
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Because dragons.
Yeah.
Please tell me there's a dragon in it.
I can't remember from the clip, to be honest. It was a few days ago.
If you tell me that it's like, we have to kill the dragon at the end, I will be pissed.
But back to Transformers, it's like, yeah, we'll give it a go. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. The worst thing about this is I could potentially have bought some of these toys if they weren't bogged down by cheapness. And I'm sorry, it is cheapness, especially versus the Generations line, which is already dipped in quality, which I've mentioned before. It's not as good as it used to be. And now we're adding in shitty gimmicks into even into the Warriors. So there's no toy line that'll be like, if you just want an action figure from this
If you
show,
want a
enjoy.
representation of this character that it turns out you liked.
Yeah. You have to get one with a terrible gimmick.
What if Starscream's amazing? What if Slipstream's amazing? What if Acid Storm is amazing?
Buy one with a terrible gimmick.
Yeah.
Arguably. You might love the gimmicks. I don't think you would because it'll limit the toy, but...
Maybe Slapstream.
No, not for me.
Maybe. Just because I like the idea of the girl robot going like, slap you!
What a disappointing thing. For me, at least. I don't know.
Mm.
Mikey, should I move us on to War for Cybertron?
Yes!
The new
please do.
trilogy.
Because I have a concern, but I'll voice it at the end.
All
Well,
right.
actually, I have several, but I'll voice them at the end.
Yeah, same. So they showed us the War for Cybertron line. We got additional figures that weren't shown. We talked about the other ones previously in last week's episodes, the Prime Sideswipe and...
Prime and Sideswipe.
Who was the other one? There was 3, wasn't there?
There was a Target Master that comes with Sideswipe.
Oh, God, yeah, that's right. It wasn't a full Transformer. Anyway, we got some new dudes, and we got some confirmations on some of those names that we were talking about either that same week or a week earlier.
Yep.
So, Micromaster teams, they are a thing. They are coming. We have the Race Car Patrol, which is Road Handler and Swindler. And there's also the Battle Patrol, which is Flak and Big Shot. And the Rescue Patrol, which is Red Heat and Holly.
Red Heat and... Oh, it is Holly.
Yep.
Oh,
I wasn't going to correct myself.
I thought it, like, not Stakeout.
Oh, it's Stakeout. But fuck Stakeout. It's Holly.
Do we get a really domineering pink girlfriend?
No, then it's not him. It's not a major complaint. I'm a little sad that it's not the full team. It's more like a duo than a team. Because there's at least 2 from each of these guys that aren't here for each of these patrols. So yeah, they're all the patrol, each of them that aren't here. But they all have a gimmick of they turn into a little vehicle, obviously a little robot, and they also can combine it into, in quotations, a weapon. Yes. I would argue that they don't really, because they just kind of, especially the 2 cars from the race car patrol, they just lie on top of each other in a very awkward manner, which looks really poo. But as Micromasters, they seem to be decent enough. They've got elbow articulation. They have hips and knee joints. No elbows. No elbows.
No elbows. They have knees.
They have knees and hips and shoulders. Don't know about heads. Don't know if there's like a neck joint or anything. But
I'd be surprised. Yeah. By the sound of it, these are actually kind of Micromaster sized as well.
I don't know about that.
Legends, going by the pictures I've been seeing.
Oh, they're not Legends figures. I assumed they would be the same size as the Target Master from Japan.
Yeah, that's about Micromaster size.
They're bigger.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not a huge amount bigger, but they are bigger.
Okay.
And they're certainly bulkier. So, you know, these things are neat. My worry and concern is the quality of their joints. Because they are smaller and, you know, the quality is not where I'd like it to be. I do have a concern that these joints will be a little bit on the floppy side, potentially. They might not be. I hope they're not, but they could be. So, Mikey, all of these Micromasters, what do you think? What do you like?
So, first thing, of course, like, hey, G1 with almost joints. My complaints about that are not gone away. That concept, which we will talk about more in quite a bit more detail.
Sure.
But in these cases, I think that certainly the designs look decent enough. Simplistic, but they're simple designs. I kind of wish they weren't going to be hampered by a combining gimmick.
Sure. I don't know how...
Unless it was the Micromaster combiners.
No, yeah, it's not them. Here's the thing, I don't know how... if they are hampered, because have you seen the combined modes?
Yes, for one.
They're not very good. So I'm wondering if they just went, maybe we add a peg and a port and slap them together and you're done.
Little disappointed there is at least one repaint in there, or retool.
Which one?
The fire engine from Ground Pounder? What's his name?
From Flak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But, hey-ho. Honestly, yeah, the thing is, so I have a weird thing. You know how I'm not really one to push the nostalgia button?
Sure.
I have a severe case of nostalgia.
For?
Flak. He was the first Transformer I bought in England. I wandered into a shop that was a bit nerdy, and he was just there for $5,
Oh, okay.
and I picked him up. So I kind of want this, at least that set for that bit of nostalgia.
Sure.
We'll see what other ones come out. The Race Car Patrol, I just don't really like either designs. And I do kind of want Stakeout Holly, but I'm not sure I want Little Fire Engine Man, so it would depend on the price.
Sure. I imagine they'd be
I've always loved...
similar prices, maybe a little bit more than the Prime Masters.
I mean, like that I could pay.
Maybe £10, I would think.
Maybe I could pay. But like I really like Holly and I really like Stakeout from Sins the Wrecker. So like either way, I'd be happy. And I could like repaint the car into being an angry pink girlfriend.
There you go.
But no, like a little surprised by how positive I do feel in them overall.
Mm-hmm.
What about yourself, Andy?
Yeah, I'm fairly on board with them. I just want to see how they feel in the hand, because I'm assuming probably Dave will pick them up, so I'll have a go with them at his. And if they feel okay and they're for a decent price, I'm on board. The Autobot ones are certainly not my favorite Micromasters, but I do enjoy them, so yeah, okay. There's also the Battlemaster Lionizer, which is a grey lion that turns into a sword.
With a special effect?
Yeah, with a swoosh effect. Because, hey, remember, that's the thing that we're doing now with this line.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Except one of the effects is you've been shot.
Yep. Seemingly. This is a swoosh effect that you can give this one. It looks fine. It's a bit basic, but...
Neat enough. I like the design overall.
Yeah, it's okay.
That is like a sword, like a Kamen Rider Final Weapon is a sword, but...
Yeah, it's it's not great.
It's totally not a gun.
No, exactly. It's basic, but I'm not super impressed in the color scheme's not doing it for me because it's just grey and black, really.
Why isn't he orange?
Because they've already done the orange one.
But that's why I'm saying, why isn't he just a redo of that character as a gun sword?
I don't know.
Because it makes sense.
I'm surprised they didn't call him like Nemesis Lionizer or something like that.
Oh man, like what was his name? Nemesis
Breaker from Galaxy
there we go.
Force.
I nearly said Liger Jack.
Well, you know, he was called Liger Jack at one point in that show. And Jackshot as well. Yeah, and now the deluxe figures, we have Kogu, we have Houndu, we have Ironhido, and we have Chromia. One thing I want to mention straight away about Chromia. What do you think the biggest problem with Chromia is, Mikey?
Is it that she is not a combiner?
It is. She has no combiner port for some bizarre reason. So you cannot have your full team of lady combiners for the Autobots, even though you would have thought, why not just leave it in?
Yep.
Because it would just be sitting on her ass anyway, so...
Yep.
It's not like she still doesn't have a giant backpack.
Nope, because it looks very much like it's a heavy retool of the standard mold.
Yeah, it's the what was the name? Moonracer.
Moonracer and Firestar.
Yes.
But I think she looks good.
Yeah, looks all right.
I like her. I think I prefer Bike Chromia to this, but I like the vehicle mode.
Which Bike Chromia do you mean?
The one that's a retool of Prime RC.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah, okay.
I just think I like that aesthetic more, but I think this one turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And I hear good things about that, like design. I think apparently it turned out well. So
it's okay. It's
a little backpack heavy, but apparently that's actually really easy to get past.
Yeah, I would say so. It's not an amazing figure, but it's like, yeah, this is fine. I did see a really cool Digibash of it into Knockout.
Cool.
Obviously, they flattened down the chest.
No, the chest must be pointy. Knockout wants it pointy.
Oh boy, I was like, that's cool. But I'd like to see Chromia done into. God, what was the name from the BotCon comic, Mikey? The one that everybody hated but us.
Flame War.
Flame War. Do it into Flame War.
I want everyone done into Flame War.
Yeah, that'd be neat. So there's her. We've also got Cog. What do you think of the Cog?
Okay, so do all of these have ankle tilts?
Cog looks like he might. It's hard to tell.
Just scrolling down, all the Luxes have ankle tilts. Because I remember they said, like, one of the things that the panel was, like, the Optimus Prime is the most articulated Voyager ever, or something like that.
That's high
Which
praise.
I think is basically just they gave a Voyager ankle.
The most ever.
So Cog's vehicle mode is just like, okay, it's Cog.
Yeah.
The robot mode is fun, goofy. Like, it does look like a more stylized version of the original one. Like, not hugely, but
Cog, for
it
those
would be
not
hard.
aware, was the random little robot like
Yeah.
six gun that came with G1 Fort Max.
So it would be hard to like, just to do a posable version, you have to do a stylized version. But have you seen the gimmick?
Which gimmick do you? Oh, you mean the fact that he turns into battle armor?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's not the most convincing battle armor, but I kind of dig it.
Yeah, it's just a bit stuck onto other robots, and you're like, yeah, okay, well, it's doing something with Cog since he's a shit vehicle because he just lies down.
He's a Sentai vehicle.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's a Sentai final form combiner thing that just looks nonsense.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, kinda.
And can I just say, both of these vehicle modes look like they come from another planet.
What do you mean?
They look like they might be from Cybertron. Let's talk about Hound.
Let's talk about Hound, Mikey. What do you have to say about young Hound?
He don't look like he's from Cybertron.
Where does he look like he's from?
I don't know. Bristol?
Bristol. It's a more futuristic car rather than a space car. Barely.
Barely. It's like someone wanted to take a World War II Jeep and just added a bit like, I want to make it look a bit more like a tank.
I think it looks more like a Hummer. Is that what they were?
Oh.
Are they even still on the road now?
Oh, who knows? But I don't like the paint work.
Dry brushing.
No, bad dry. No, that's not how you dry brush.
You just dry brush everywhere.
They didn't dry brush everywhere. They did random spots, and the rest is clean.
Yeah, that's because he's always on his knees.
Is he also on his boobs?
Well, yeah, actually.
I don't like it. I mean, I also like, this is like G1 with joins. Hey, have you seen the cartoon model? But we want to do the cartoon model of his Earth mode, but we also just vaguely want you pretend he's from another planet.
I mean, this is Generations by any other name, so, that's just what's happening.
And I'm out of patience with it.
You're gonna have to just suck it up.
It was called, you could call something War for Cybertron. I expect Cybertron.
Yeah.
I do not expect Bristol.
Not half-arsed Cybertron.
Yeah.
What about Ironhide, though? Because I would say that Ironhide...
Less half-arsed.
I think Ironhide needs a G1 decent toy, because his last version was from a while ago, and was pretty shit.
Yes. I think he actually does look like he's from an alien planet.
Mm-hmm. His vehicle mode's not great, because he can see his shoulders and forearms, but the rest of him's fine.
Yeah, and I think the robot mode turned out fairly well. It's got G1 influences.
Yes.
But clearly is not meant to invoke it's meant to invoke the design, not be the design.
Yeah.
I tolerate far more.
Okay.
And I'd like a posable Ironhide figure that's,
not shit.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he comes with all the guns.
He does. I like his big missile launcher gun. That's pretty neat. And it's got a sight on it as well, which is fun. The last thing that we saw was in Ultra Magnus, and he is both a white Optimus Prime and the Battle Commander dude City Commander guy that we know.
Yes. One, I actually had to double check this one to make sure he wasn't a retool of the Combiner Wars.
Oh no, he
Ultra
wasn't.
Magnus. And I thought he was for about a day.
Really?
Because I didn't see good photos.
Okay.
I just saw like, oh look, it looks like he folded the leg round and everything else. So he's a posable Voyager, or like who puts on a lot. No, he's a Voyager who puts on a lot of bulk to become a leader.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
The vehicle mode looks like it's inspired by RID, the original.
Oh, super much that.
Ka Roboto.
Yep.
So presumably this is kind of like taking the same kind of gimmick from Power of the Primes, just approaching it differently.
Yeah.
The robot modes bore me immensely.
Why?
But because it's just the G1 thing, posable. But they look like they'd be fun toys. This looks like it's a play pattern.
Sure.
And I like that. So I do want to see more of him. I want to see how this works. But certainly the engineering I am down with.
Uh-huh.
What about yourself, Andy?
I'm fairly upbeat on Magnus. It's not to the point where I'm like over the moon, because we've fairly recently had a Magnus, as we've fairly recently had some of these other characters. Or some of them we just don't want. So I look at Magnus and I go, yeah, okay. He's. I think I might like it more than the Combiner Wars one personally.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the fact that there was a little tiny man sitting inside of a mech armor. I prefer an armor rather than a mech suit personally.
Yeah.
Which is what that Magnus was. So
That
yeah,
was so wee.
yeah, very much so. So this is okay. I'm down enough with this.
Cool. Would you like to hear a complaint?
No.
You're going to hear one anyway.
No.
So at the panel, we saw at least what other robots are going to fill out Wave 1.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be Red Alert, done from Sideswipe, and Prowl.
Makes sense.
Prowl looks like he might be a new mold. Are you noticing anything missing from every single announcement about this line?
G1 characters.
No. Try again.
There's no Unicron.
Correct, but you're not going quite where I think you should be going.
Quintessons.
Keep going.
Brave. There's no Galgaiga.
And Andy, that's a life complaint.
Yeah, there's no Decepticons. It's fucking
Not
weird.
a single one.
Are we assuming that they're gonna just show Decepticons at New York Comic Con and say, "Don't worry, there will be some in the first and second wave"? Because it seems ridiculous not to have toys. Like you buy your toys to then
who
fight
are they
against.
having a war with?
Yeah,
Andy?
to fight somebody else. We're not living in Japan. Japan does this. You know, they don't make villain characters generally. They do, but not
unless
to a
it's
huge
Soto.
scale. Unless it's Soto, where they actually care about you. But yeah, it's why are we seemingly going down this road? It's very peculiar.
What if it's like Siege is all Autobots and the next year is all Decepticons?
That's no.
That would
See,
be weird.
I would when is War for Cybertron made to take place? Is it meant to be after the stuff with Titan's Return and stuff like that?
No, it's all prequel nonsense.
Well, if it's prequel stuff, then if you're gonna do this thing of let's do the Autobots and the Decepticons just on their own, then shouldn't it be the Decepticons first instead of the ones starting the war?
Yeah,
I would
shouldn't
think.
there? I mean, maybe at New Year Comic Con we're going to get like our Megatron, our Starscream, our Soundwave, our Shockwave, whatever.
I hope so.
I mean, the only Decepticon we know is going to be out is Impactor,
Oh yeah, he's a bad guy, isn't he?
who Mirage is going to change into an Autobot
Yeah.
because we could have had Needle Nose or Spinister, but you wonderful people.
That's fine. We'll probably
Joseph,
get the other ones at some point.
No,
anyway.
we won't. We never get the other ones from the fan vote, Andy.
No, that's
Where's my Deathsaurus? Where's my Star Saber in the line that was
hang
the
on.
gimmick of Star Saber?
Hang on, you want to know where your Deathsaurus is?
On a chair.
No, he's in Mastermind Creation. He's coming.
True, there is that.
Or the other company that's doing him that I like the look of as well.
Gaigan, Planet X.
That's the
which
one.
is just like, if there's two companies you want a giant dragon chicken from,
It's
them two.
Yeah, there you go.
So I actually asked Hasbro, and I saw other people ask Hasbro, and they didn't say a word.
Oh.
So I don't.
That's not a good
know.
sign, that's for sure.
That's not a good sign. Surprisingly bad sign, in fact. So anyway, we gotta
Weird choice.
keep our eye out and hope. I'm weirdly nervous because, yeah, who's this war against? Is it like, did Red Alert start it?
Probably.
Is he a dick?
He pushed the button too quickly.
Maybe.
That's it, Mikey. That was all of the Transformers news from SDCC this year then, sir. So that's good that we got it all done and dusted fairly quickly. I thought it would take longer, but it didn't. So that's a plus. So I guess I can ask you, Mikey, should we talk about what we did this week, or were there specific San Diego things that you wanted to talk about for a bit? Because if we do talk San Diego, we'll probably finish the show with that and save what we did for another week.
We'll say what we did, but we do have a quick question we can throw in at the end.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which we got in via the email. But I do want to just... So the SDCC, I very rarely actually go into it in any depth.
Uh-huh. Any reason?
Just never do.
Okay.
I figure, there's so much stuff there, it's just like, oh, whatever. But I found a site that was keeping good track of things, so I managed to sort of have an up-to-date account.
Yeah.
And there was some interesting stuff there, apart from, we had Titans. We had fucking Titans.
Yeah, that's true. It was a thing.
I seen one person comment on that, and it's just like, wow, it was nice to see Raven and Starfire. Starfire, wish the show was about them. And just like, that would be one. The show looks like it's about Raven. Two, it would be nice if it was about a Starfire and not 1980s Eddie Murphy Starfire.
Yeah, but it makes sense why it's not.
It doesn't. It doesn't have to be comic Starfire. Her hair. They gave her a wig.
No,
Andy.
that's not the reason why it's not about them. The reason it's not about them is because no one knows who the fuck they are, and how do you make a show bankable?
True.
You put the guy that you know. People know Batman. People know Robin.
Jason Todd?
You pick Robin.
Damian Wayne.
Robin's a Robin to the general audience. They don't give a shit.
Stephanie Brown.
Rob.
Actually, yeah, you should do that. Just kill Dick at the end of the first episode, replace him with Stephanie.
But that's that. I can guarantee you that's the reason that the show's about Robin.
Oh yeah.
Seemingly about Robin.
Because Batman.
Mm-hmm. Even though to me it looked more like it was about Raven.
Yeah, but yeah. But there were a few different things in there that I thought looked pretty interesting. Well, we mentioned him a couple of times. We saw the Broly trailer.
Yes.
Both sub and dub. What did you think of it?
Looks pretty. Will probably be pish in terms of story quality. Right?
Yeah, like it looks very pretty. Like almost like way more pretty than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of like, so what is this trailer advertising? And there's just giant words: Vegeta versus Broly, Frieza versus Broly, Goku versus Broly, which means basically Vegeta, I will guarantee not use his super duper ultimate form. Will get his ass kicked. Frieza will show up, get his ass kicked. Goku will get his ass kicked and pull something out of his ass at the end.
What a surprise that would be.
Win Broly.
Yep.
But apparently Vegeta God will be in this, the Super Saiyan God form.
What one's that?
The red one.
Oh, okay.
Which never appeared in the animation, but is in the manga. So people are kind of excited about that.
Why? It'll just be Vegeta but red and less powerful than he was in the tournament. Why would people be excited for that?
Shh, Andy.
Okay. I'm just wondering because it's not even a unique form, so.
No, but I also had a bit of a laugh. I saw someone on Twitter going, I don't like Vegeta using it because you're supposed to be righteous, have a righteous heart to use it. You can't use it.
Oh, no one gives a shit about that.
And I remember it was like pausing going like, not only that, but like, I remember like the way to get it, the way Goku got it was like, that's how a righteous Saiyan gets power from other righteous Saiyans.
Mm-hmm.
And Vegeta was one of the guys giving him power.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So by default, you see where I'm going.
I do.
Also, better person than Goku.
Not a huge bar, but yeah.
Yeah, actually does good things for people. Let's see what else was there. John Gunn got fired from Guardians. Did you see that?
I did.
A lot of people are really pissed, including people who were like, you fired a guy for a mistake he made 10 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, there were very unsavory jokes, but and he technically is a guy who advocates that as well. So,
but he was the guy, like, apparently like he apologized 10 years ago for them though, and said like, yeah, I was a dick. I was like a super dick as an idiot child.
Like I say, he's the kind of guy that said who advocates.
Although he was like in his 40s when he said
who
it.
says this to who complains when people have said things in the past. And is
true.
used to get, he's one of those people, so I can't be so sad that he's kind of faced the thing he raises against other people.
Also, I don't think Guardians is really going to suffer without him, because I think it suffered when the other writer went. Because the movie he did in his own wasn't as good as the one he did with someone else.
Arguably. Some people liked it more than we did.
Well, they're wrong.
Oh.
Boom. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through now. Apparently there was something from She-Ra there, but I still haven't seen anything.
I haven't
from
seen
She-Ra.
anything from She-Ra.
No. Hey Andy, Clone Wars.
Oh man, I'm really excited for that. I'm really
Season
7. Nervous about that, but man, if I don't think they've actually had to do too much because most of the stuff was done for it. They even had mostly finished animatics for that show. So if all they're doing is basically giving it a full render, a better render with better models and stuff, and just using that stuff, I'm going to be super thrilled. because I was not a fan of Rebels because I thought that was a fairly safe serialized show without much consequence or interest, especially versus what Clone Wars became, which started off slightly rocky and then got really fucking good. So I'm very much in favor of that show, but I'm still a little bit worried about it. But if they get to finish it the way that they said years ago that they were going to finish it, Mikey, it'd be the Star Wars that I haven't had for years. It'd actually be a good fucking Star Wars show and story.
Give me an excuse to catch up on it, to be honest.
Have you not watched the old Clone Wars?
Oh, not even close.
Where did you get up to? Did you finish season 1?
I did.
Okay, so you got past the rocky bit. Because once you get past that, they stop doing the weird time skip back and forth, which was a real bad move on their part. And you get more consistent stories. And it gets... you get the clones. The clone stories are the best episodes. So fucking good.
Let's see, what else was there? Apparently Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick Grimes, is leaving Walking Dead.
Cool.
They're gonna kill him off? I mean, okay, I don't think he's dead in the comics. But, okay. Small itty bitty thing. We saw a teaser trailer for a movie involving a tiny man and his dog.
And Moose.
And Moose, his Mini Moose!
His Mini Moose, which I was shocked Mini Moose was there. I was like, I thought Mini Moose wasn't real.
I flipped a table. Because Invader Zim entered the Florpus teaser trailer. There was also an interview with Yonan Vasquez, but it was pretty brief. There's no sound.
No, there's no audio.
It really annoyed me, but it looks bright.
Kind of.
Like the visual is there. Like it looks newer.
Yeah, I would say my only issue is Dib looks different. And I don't mean weird crippled Dib. I mean when Dib isn't crippled, which is in a few shots. He doesn't quite right.
No, I don't think he does, but I think that might be intentional.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I get the vibe because he's changing. There's lots of different Dibs in here.
Oh, if that's the case, then that's fine.
Like, whoops. But yeah, enter the Florpus, and then I have a feeling a lot of this footage won't be in the movie because them working out for 15 minutes might be a bit much. But
that might mean no Mini Moose.
No,
Mini Moose only for a trailer.
Oh no! No, we need Mini Moose.
What if at the end of the credits, when the movie comes out, you just hear the me?
A room with a moose. And cut to Mini Moose.
Me.
What if he was the moose the whole time?
Yeah, there you go. The circle is complete.
Let's see what else. Oh, we got the Young Justice Outsiders trailer. Did you did you hear what they're doing for the DC subscription service? Where all this stuff is coming out?
No.
So they're not doing monthly subscriptions.
Oh.
So you pay a year in advance and then you get it 3 months free.
Is that good or is that bad?
It means that you pay $75 up front.
That's not as good.
No. It comes down to $6 a month. But that means if you pay for it and you absolutely hate it, if you hate Titans, if you hate the new Young Justice series, if you hate the Harley Quinn thing that's going to be on it, then you are after throwing a lot of money down the drain so that you can watch old TV shows. Presuming you like the old TV shows, which is not universal. There are crazy people.
Did you hear that Clone Wars is going to be on Disney's own subscription service?
Just go to fucking Netflix like everyone else.
Yeah. Every company's doing their own one now. It's getting silly.
There is no market for it because people just go to Netflix.
It'll hit a point where it'll just be too many services and they'll push piracy back up again.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's what you're doing. But what did you think of the Young Justice one?
I think it looks like people who enjoyed Young Justice are going to enjoy more Young Justice. My issue was the trailer was fucking abysmal. Half the trailer, and the trailer was about 5 minutes long, half the trailer was a preview of what happened in the last series.
Yeah.
And then they decided to not have it didn't seem like it was a trailer, like a proper trailer. It seemed like random clips stitched poorly together.
Kind of.
So, in terms of trailer, it was bad, but in terms of what it showed, I think people will like it, but I still probably won't.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what the show's going to be about,
No.
or if
Justice
Wally's going to be
that's
back,
young.
or if who's the young just like who are the outsiders. But yeah, kind of the same thing. I think the trailer could have done with a lot more passes. I think if you like the old show, you'll like this. I'll probably still be kind of like on it. There was also the Voltron trailer, which
I didn't see that.
Andy. The big takeaway is, well, like, I like the trailer, but the big takeaway, Shiro's probably gay.
Okay, why?
I don't know, but people are really pissed.
Okay. And I imagine really happy as well.
I've heard more from the pissed people.
Yeah, well, you would.
Because he's a main protagonist and pretty cool and easily the best character in the show.
Okay.
Apart from maybe Pidge.
Fucking Pidge.
Pidge!
Fucking Pidge!
And you can't have cool people who are gay.
Okay, if you say so.
I've checked. I've got a chart. There's cool and there's gay, and they're like on the opposite sides of the chart.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
I've kind of stopped with Voltron because I'm it's too much work to wait till a season comes out and then go, okay, so it's not the full season. I'll just wait.
Well, they've confirmed this one will be at least 13 episodes.
But is that a full season or is that still half of a season?
Because that's what they pulled the first time around.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm 4 seasons behind.
Real seasons? No, they're seasons.
Voltron seasons.
Okay.
So I'm probably like a show behind. But I really should go. Like, I really like that show, what I saw of it. So I should probably go back and rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
There was also the Venom trailer.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Hey, we got confirmation who the villain is.
Is it Venom?
Kind of. But we got the confirmation of who the other villain is.
It's Carnage.
No.
Okay.
Or at least they sure want you to believe it's not.
Okay, but it is.
So it's Riot.
Who?
That's what I said. I looked it up. So I looked it up, Andy.
Okay, yeah.
Riot is a confirmed existing Venom character who appeared in the comics. He is from the Symbiote Squad, I believe it's called. Let's see. He was in Venom Lethal Protector.
Okay.
And he is from a team of symbiotes who were created by the government to do anti-venom stuff.
That's fine, because they used a no-namer for Deadpool's movie, so it kind of makes sense that they use a no-namer, because then they don't need to develop him if they're a no-namer. They just need to worry about making the hero a person. True,
but I saw him in the trailer.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like Carnage.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I get the feeling someone said, let's do Carnage, and then it's like, no, we'll catch everyone off guard. Who is it? Not Carnage.
It's probably a thing where they'll beat him, and then the symbiote will go to Cassidy. Cassidy. I was gonna say Cassidy Yates.
Cletus Cassidy.
It's not Cassidy Yates because that's Ben Sisko's wife.
We're all fucked then. Apparently there was a trailer for Matt Groening's new show, but I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
There was also a trailer for Star Trek.
Oh yeah, I saw
Discovery.
That looks like more Star Trek.
Yep. There was a trailer for Aquaman.
Yeah, I was made to watch that twice.
A lot of people like that.
Ugh. Water is not that clean, and bubbles are usually there are usually effects when you have when you move in the water. It doesn't look like they're in anything.
Yeah. No, it don't look great.
I don't think so.
Oddly enough, looked better at least. There was the Shazam trailer.
I didn't think it looked awful.
Hey, Andy,
it
someone
looked a bit
in the
TV
DC
movie
movies
though.
Looked like they're having fun.
It looked a bit too much like a TV movie though. I think that's my problem. Like the suit looks fairly cheap, and the acting. Sorry, not the acting, but the actor who plays Shazam again. No offense to him, looks more like a guy you'd see on a TV.
How can you be a nerd in the superhero universe where superheroes exist?
Yes.
Aren't you just a fanboy?
No, because you can still be a nerd.
There was a couple of other things, but sort of. Can I talk about the big one?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They showed the Godzilla King of Monsters trailer.
They did.
And I'm going to preface this that the movie could be terrible.
It could be.
Trailers do lie.
Mm-hmm.
Trailers are edited. Trailers are an artificial construction. That was a fucking good trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the music was excellent. I thought the tone was great. I really liked the visuals. I thought they showed just enough of each of the monsters. We get to see a bit of Rodan, we get to see a bit of Mothra, we get to see a bit of Ghidorah, we get to see Ghidorah shoot stuff, because there's a bit where lightning is coming through, and I'm just like, that's Ghidorah's lightning!
Oh, okay.
Like, when the doors blow out,
Mm-hmm.
like, there's 3 blasts, and each one has that unique spiral effect that's from Ghidorah. That's what it's like when he shoots stuff.
Right.
I read the viral marketing, and it looks like they're going in a very different direction with this in terms of like mythology. Like they're really mythologizing it.
Mm.
The planet is dying, which is kind of cool. There's a really good shot where Godzilla just shoots the sky. I don't know why he's shooting the sky, but I'm sure they had it coming.
Probably just testing out his breath or something, signaling.
Just like, oh shit! I was just yawning. I was just yawning, guys. I can't comment on the acting or anything else. The only actor in there I'm familiar with, there's 2. There's 11 from Stranger Things, and
Yes.
she's good.
Yeah.
And there's Tywin Lannister, who says "Long live the king," and I'm sorry, that cannot be accidental.
Yeah, he seems to be in there randomly.
Mm.
And then there's Ken Watanabe back in. I hope he memes well again.
Yeah, I hope he stares at things for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Um,
Longingly.
Yep.
Let them fight again.
let them fight. No.
Let them
okay.
fight sequel part 2. What? I don't know.
Ken, you're talking about the chefs. Let them fight. They're just asking you what you'd like for dinner.
It's time to put Ken back in the home.
Let them fight. You're running away. I thought it was really good. I thought it was an excellent trailer. It got me really pumped for the movie. I hope it's not shit.
Yeah, same.
Because I know a lot of people don't like the first one, but I do. But I am very much in the camp of, okay, you've done your movie with Garrett Edwards. Now can we do one where we see more Godzilla?
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw an interview with the director, and he was like, like the guy. There was a fun bit where I feel like this was set up, but the guy was asking him questions. It's like, oh, what about Ghidorah's lightning beams? And he just said, gravity beams.
Oh,
He has gravity beams. and you know.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for Mikey?
Well, if it's a good thing if it was real, because it means he actually knows. And again, it's like, oh my god, director's doing research on these crazy ideas. And then like one of the actors going like, I wish Gigan was in it.
Mm.
And apparently there's more than 4 monsters.
Oh, interesting.
He said like Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and at least 1 more.
There's only one Gigan that matters, and that's Mecha Gigan.
Yeah.
With double
man.
chainsaw hands.
Damn straight. Also, like, Ghidorah, like, they used actors, like, motion capture actors.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he tied 3 of them together so they could be Ghidorah.
Interesting.
And apparently each of Ghidorah's heads will have a slightly different call and will have its own personality.
Oh, that's good. That's neat.
So.
I was asked Mikey when I was round at people's homes if Gamera was going to turn up in this movie.
What? Please tell me it was a joke.
No.
Why did it...
It was asked to me twice.
What?
I know. I knew that would rile up your ballsack.
Is Gamera going to appear?
Yeah, they thought Gamera was going to appear.
Fucking Gamera!
Fucking Gamera. I said, no, he's owned by a completely different studio. And they went, oh, really? And I went, yeah.
Yes.
And I smiled internally because I knew somewhere there would be an angry Mikey.
Next up, Ultraman. Ultraman just shows up at the end. Actually, no, they could have Jaguar, which is basically Ultraman.
Yeah, pretty much.
My fucking Gamera.
I just imagine if that had been you in person, your eyes just twitching. Fucking what?
Oh god. So yeah, that was it for my. I mean, you weren't crazy about the first Godzilla movie.
No, I really wasn't.
So what did you think of the trailer overall?
Like you, trailers can lie. So it's hard to really believe, but I was like, okay, it looks like they've potentially got some interesting things in here. If it's as interesting or as at least dumb fun as Kong Skull Island was, that's as all I'm hoping for. Because it won't be Final Wars. which will never be topped.
Nothing
I don't
ever is.
think. Yeah.
No.
But I'm
if
hoping
that-
it's definitely more Skull Island, because then it could be fun and some punchy action with some characters that aren't poo.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it like Epic, do Epic, but do it good.
Yeah.
And more Godzilla. And I will say it's less of the and I'm a person and here's Godzilla in the background because here's scale.
Yeah,
I
that was
like
terrible.
that. I like the idea of that, but it's now a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
We know how big he is.
He big.
He big. We don't need to know how big he is anymore. He's like he pretty big.
He big.
He beat up a bridge last time, to be honest, when you think about it. Did we really need more scale effect?
Mm.
In that case, Andy, we will wrap it up with one question.
All right.
And this was sent via the email. It's a little late just because of all the stuff we've had. And it's from T4 Was Here.
Ooh, okay.
And they ask, oh no, Adam Grufflock is forcing Andy to play a GW game.
Yes, he is. He's a mean and vengeful force.
What game and what army, inverted commas, in that game do you pick?
Well, since it's not like a hypothetical thing, it's a thing that is happening. Because that could have easily, the way that question was phrased, it seemed like that could easily be a hypothetical question of, oh, what would you do? It's like, no, this is happening.
First of all, you have to clarify for people who don't know what a GW game is.
GW is shorthand for Games Workshop, so people will most likely know of Warhammer 40,000, so Dawn of War, Space Marine, Vermintide, those kind of video games. Or if you're old school, Final Liberation or Chaos Gate, if you like I say, really old school. Those are GW video games, and their current games are Warhammer 40,000. There's also Kill Team, which is just out now, and Age of Sigmar, which is their replacement for fantasy. It's still fantasy, but it's much more mythological now than it used to be. So the game I play is Age of Sigmar, which I've just kind of started up, and the army I've just started kind of dipping my little toe into is the Night Haunts from Nagash, from the realm of Shaiish. So currently, I painted up my Sepulchral Guard, which are skeleton lads, as my first models that I'd ever painted, and they went up on Facebook and stuff on the Fluff and Hammer, which you should go and check out because I feel obliged to plug that Facebook group that Mr. Grufflock does. So the Fluff and Hammer on Facebook. I finished the Sepulchral Guard. I did that last week, and I've also just started doing the Glaive Wraiths, I think they're called. I also have some Banshees and Kurdos, the Craven King, and I also have a big box of the Tempest Storm, for those aware what that is. That is the starter game, so you get a bit of Stormcast, and you get a bit of Nighthaunt, and you get tools, and you get paints in it as well. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment, and I'll probably get a Kill Team, because it means I won't need to get a big 40k army in the future, but it means I'll be able to get a army and, have some fun with that. So that's what I've been doing. That's my my Warhammer GW stuff. I actually went to a game club on Monday, and I'll be going tomorrow for part 2 of it to learn how to play the game. And it means I get to go out of the house and interact with human beings, which is a surprisingly nice thing to do when most of the time I see nobody.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. So yeah,
Right.
That's my... What about you, Mikey?
I would be the one with the pointy things.
Whoop whoop! Yeah.
Thank you, T4 Was Here, for the question.
Yes.
His email address is T4ishere.
Ah, there you go. Cool. Sweet.
Make up
Yeah,
your
thank you
mind.
very much. If you have any questions that you want to ask me about GW stuff, you of course can do. If you want to ask Mikey about GW stuff,
Yeah.
you can, but he won't know anything.
No, God no. But you can ask us via the Twitter at Moonbase2 or on our email, themoonbase2@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think it will wrap up there, don't you?
I think so. So where can people find you on the internet, Mikey?
These days, Irish Paleo on Twitter and GWolfV3 on YouTube. Andy, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr as CC2FW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, or on Twitter, or on iTunes, or on Facebook, or on Libsyn. We're on the Moonbase 2 forums. We're on most of those fancy RSS feeds. We've got the email address Mikey mentioned, and if you want to help out the podcast, you can head over to patreon.com/Moonbase2. $2 each month gets you the extended version of from the files of Teletron 2, and it's a week early. You also get Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-Transformers thingamabobs, and you also get interviews and stuff early as well. And such like the John Barber interview you did, which people seem to be fairly happy with. People got that a week early, and at a higher quality as well.
It is now public.
It is now public, and people seem happy with it. People say you did good, Mikey.
They're lying.
And you can also find my nonsense on the ccbunker.weebly.com. And that's us done, Mr. Mikey. So thank you very much for coming on and doing the show with me.
Thank you for having me.
And we will catch you next week, everybody. So they'll probably be from the files next week as well, won't they, for the Patreon people? Yeah, I hope so, because this month is not friendly. We need to get that out, and we've got to get it out soon. So we will catch you next week, everybody.